Thank you for listening to this podcast from TRE, Talk Radio Europe, your voice in Spain and around the world. For more information, please visit tre.radio.
TRE in the afternoon. Presented by Hannah Murray.
Good afternoon. You are listening to Women Talk. With me in the studio today is Aoife Kelly, Rosalind Scott-Gibb and Marina Bruce. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Hannah. Hello.
Thank you
Hello,
all for
everybody.
Thank you all for coming in. If you are listening at home and you'd like to get involved, you can. Here's how.
To contact TRE, please call 952 78 4000. Email studio@tre.radio. Send us a WhatsApp on +34 645 99 67 95.
What a beautiful day, it's a wonderful life.
Okay, it is Easter weekend, Easter week, if you like, in Spain, Semana Santa. And there was an article that I thought inspired me to talk about Easter. A cheerful weekend gorging on chocolate is just what we all need, it seems. Families say they expect to spend a whopping £57 on Easter treats this year. The sum for just 4 people includes chocolate eggs, as well as children's activity packs and beauty gifts. So what does Easter mean to you, and has it changed over the years?
Right, well, shall I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
I think as a child, Easter was Easter egg hunts. We used to do big ones in the garden, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
I think now as an adult, it's just you get a day off. So I don't have kids, so I don't have to spend £57.
No, fair enough.
God. So it's just enjoying some time off and spending it with friends, I think.
Nice. And do you have Easter eggs or things like that? Do you and friends or partner or whatever give each other Easter eggs?
Not really. I mean, I don't go purposefully out to buy Easter eggs, I suppose. The thing is, I can't control myself with chocolate, so...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Rosalind, what about you?
It's a very dramatic time of year in Spain, isn't it? And so I do try to get caught up into that a bit. And I do go to church. And I enjoy that part of it. I try to stay away from the Easter eggs and things. I used to do that as a child, go searching for Easter eggs. Don't do that now. Nobody hides them for me. Otherwise I go looking.
We can do it together.
Yeah, fair enough. Aoife, do you celebrate?
Yes, absolutely. And chocolate now will actually be the centre of it for me, because so my family, we do Lent, where we sacrifice something for 40 days and 40 nights. So, I mean, obviously when my mom was a child, it was a lot more extreme. For us, it's very much like, give up chocolate, give up crisps. Yeah. And I gave up chocolate.
Well done.
So safe to say I'm counting down the days to Sunday, and I will be purposely going out to buy Easter eggs. I will be eating them for breakfast.
Yes.
Just don't come between me and the chocolate on Sunday.
And how did you find the 40 days? Was that, I mean, did you eat a lot of chocolate? Was that quite a difficult thing to
it's really hard at the start, I think. But you do get used to it. 40 days is a significant amount of time, and then you get to the point, well, I certainly get to the point where, well, I've come this far now. I'm not going to give up at this point. Like, Lent technically ended last Sunday.
Okay.
And then there's this week of Holy Week, but when my mom was a child, this week would have been harder. Like, they weren't allowed to watch television, they weren't allowed to do anything fun.
But do you normally eat chocolate every day?
That was my question, actually. How regularly do you eat?
Well done.
Chocolate is like my
live
thing.
on air.
Like, I can live without a crisp, live without a biscuit, take them off me for life. But chocolate means a lot to me.
Fair enough.
Part of my life.
It's funny with Easter eggs. As an adult, I know that there's been many years when I haven't had an Easter egg or bought an Easter egg, and it hasn't bothered me. But then some years, depending on what you're doing and who you're with, you can end up having a few Easter eggs. We've done all right this year. My husband's work gave him an Easter egg. They bought everyone an Easter egg, which I thought was so lovely.
A big one?
Medium size.
enough to share.
Not like a small cream, like a proper egg with like eggs inside. And we shared it last night. So.
I'm beginning to feel deprived.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody will give me an Easter egg.
Oh, I wish I'd known. I would have brought one today. But yeah, we and my husband went to Gibraltar with work a few days ago, so he brought me back an Easter egg. So then I got him one. So we
you haven't eaten it yet, right? You have to wait till Sunday. Hannah, you know that.
Yes.
we ate mine, but we still have his that I bought. So yeah, no, we haven't waited till Sunday. Sorry. Well, then you'd end up with too much. See, I could
stockpile them.
Yeah, I feel sick on too much chocolate, so I have to do it in stages.
That's not a problem I have, unfortunately.
You're my hero.
That's my excuse. I remember as a child, though, some kids getting like 8 or 9 Easter eggs.
Yeah.
If they had a big family and aunties and uncles and cousins and things like that, and they get together, everybody would buy the kids Easter.
That was my house for sure. Yeah.
Wow.
And then like my mom would buy eggs for like all the cousins, and then the aunts and uncles would all buy eggs for us, and then everybody would come together for Sunday lunch. You'd go to a particular aunt's house, and it was like, how many eggs did you get? And like, I got 7, I got 9.
Wow.
Yeah. And eventually they just get taken off us by our parents. They're like, no, this is outrageous.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're rationed.
Crazy. Yeah, that would have to be. I just remember I didn't feel particularly bad or sad about it. It was only when I saw other kids sometimes that had, siblings and aunts and uncles and things like that. But I often as a child would get one Easter egg, being an only child, and from my parents. And if we went to visit grandparents, then one from them. But yeah. A bit of sympathy would be
Yes, I don't remember overloading on Easter eggs at all.
No, I don't either.
No.
But I think that's family reasons as
Depends
opposed
on
to
the family.
Big family and all that kind of stuff. Emojis. This has come up before, and I find this fascinating. And I always end up feeling like I'm doing something wrong with these. Once just playful symbols, they are the icons that define how we communicate tone and feeling online. But it appears that many are suffering from emoji overkill, with some using them in place of words altogether. Well, that's definitely me. Half are tired of getting a single thumbs up rather than a reply, while 2/3 say the heart emoji is an insufficient response. I mean, I do that sometimes, absolutely, because it's quick and you know what I mean.
I tend to make a comment and then do the emoji so they understand I'm just joking when I've just said something really insulting.
Oh, no, that's fair.
My laughter one gets overlooked, it gets used a lot.
Yes.
So I don't know how well that's received.
Yeah.
Well, I was reading that article. I don't know if that came out yesterday or today in the news. I have to say I felt so bad because I use the thumbs up one a lot.
Yeah, same. I definitely do.
So I guess, but I mean, I don't know if it's a generational thing. Is it the younger generation that are finding it annoying? Or
I think so. We're no longer the younger generation.
No longer the younger generation.
That's the sad reality.
But I think I would say the same as Rosalind, that maybe I would say a reply and say, sure, no problem, thumbs up. Although I don't know what the point of the thumbs up is if I've already said sure, no problem.
Exactly. I definitely.
It's more friendly.
Yeah.
Well, no, I do think they're very useful because words and phrases and short replies can easily be misunderstood.
Exactly.
Particularly if somebody's having a bad day. So a great big smiley face might annoy them even more, in fact. But
I suppose.
maybe not.
I guess I wouldn't necessarily do it with everyone, and I wouldn't necessarily do it with each reply. But if it was appropriate, I can't think of an example now. But for sure, I've replied to someone with a heart. If you're having an exchange and you have been saying words and then they say, I don't know, it was really lovely to see you, or we must do it again soon, I might reply with a heart. But only having had dialogue before, because you'd need to say something back if someone's saying something nice.
See, and in that instance, the heart for me is appropriate. I'm like, okay, we're having a conversation. She wants to hang out again.
Yeah.
But if you had sent a thumbs up to that message, let's do it again, I would probably think, okay, we're not. Yeah, maybe she doesn't mean that, or what have I done? Have I annoyed her?
But why?
Really?
What makes you think if it's because a thumbs up to me is quite a positive one? Right?
Oh, so for me, it's just a little bit blunt. That's also my personality type, though. That I'm just like, well, obviously I did something wrong, and they're like, don't want to speak to me.
But that's the point of the article. That's exactly what they're saying.
Yeah.
That means Aoife is a younger generation.
Thank you, Hannah.
Representing
I'm glad we just got that out.
Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely what people were saying, that it's a bit sort of dismissive or a bit blunt or,
It's a bit, it smacks me a bit lazy,
Yeah.
dismissive, kind of, yeah, I'm in a rush, I don't really have too much time for you, I'll just give you a thumbs up and move on.
That's absolutely when I do it, when I'm in a rush. I'm too busy. If I've got loads of time, then I'm right. But if I'm in a rush and they say, is tomorrow at 7 good?
Yes.
Then I could easily reply with the thumbs up, as opposed to going, yes, tomorrow at 7 is brilliant, thank you. You could. Oh dear, we're gonna have to think about this really before we send our thumbs up. We're gonna have to assess whether it's coming across correctly or not.
Second guess all your messages.
Yeah, exactly.
She's gonna think I'm annoyed with her.
I'm gonna scroll back and be like, oh, I didn't mean this. By the way, this was a positive response. Okay, this is a lovely one. Don't let the name fool you. Baby talk not only helps infants learn information more easily, but dogs too. Speaking to a dog in the high-pitched, excitable and affectionate voice parents use for children grabs the animal's attention more successfully when teaching them a trick. So basically, it's okay to be like, oh, hello, coming in, beautiful girl. Like
but
that.
I do it to everybody else's dog and cat.
Oh,
We've got
nice.
some rabbits in the garden. I'm going to start talking to them. And if they come close enough, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they listen.
They do.
George the cat responds to me.
Yeah.
I say, who's a gorgeous little boy?
He knows what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's lovely. I think it would be strange if everybody was talking to their pets in a normal voice. You know what I mean? If people were saying, do you want to go out for a walk? Is it time for something to eat?
Well, I do that
If you
too.
were-
Yeah.
I do that too,
Okay.
depending on what's going on.
Depending
with
on your
George and
mood
I.
or his mood.
Exactly.
Well, it's an interesting one because I have 3 dogs, and one is a big male German Shepherd, and the other 2 are smaller. And I mean, it's only now that we're talking about it that it's making me realise that to the 2 smaller ones, I do baby talk them more, but the big German Shepherd, I probably less baby talk
Okay.
him. So there we go.
And that's
Make of that what you will.
That's because he's bigger, do you think?
Well, I mean,
So less of a baby in size.
You weren't, yeah, exactly. I mean, he's almost my size, so maybe it is that. I don't know. It's an interesting one.
Yeah, I have 2 big dogs and we baby talk them for sure. Yeah, because they're the centre. Like the whole family revolves around the 2 dogs. But they also, I think it's important that, especially the younger one, or when you first get them, it's important that they can hear the difference in your tone. So when you're training them or when there's commands or if they do something and they're in trouble, they need to hear you're in trouble. Like you need to go to bed or you need to go away or you need to come back, recall if they're in danger. So the baby talk is great, but that tonal difference is really important.
Yeah,
And
very
they know.
important. What kind of dogs are they?
2 boxers.
Oh, lovely. Oh, I do love boxers.
You did the voice there.
They bring it out in people. It's okay.
The boxers are quite goofy, aren't they?
Yeah, they're wild. So that's where the tone thing comes in. Because if you baby talk the younger one in particular and tell her how much you love her, she's like, I know, I'm brilliant, I'm great, and I can do everything that I want. And why can't we just sleep on the bed?
It's true. I feel like that. I mean, we don't have dogs, but have always had cats, and I feel if you're talking to them in this kind of voice, they know, and it's a lovely tone, and I feel like they can feel the love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you were talking to them like this, that their ears would change and they'd know that it was a negative voice, as if you're telling them off. Exactly that. Whereas if you're talking to them like that, they can hear and feel the love, I think.
Well, definitely. I do this with George. I say, George, you know you are not allowed to cross the street.
And does he know that means not cross the street?
So far, he doesn't do it.
Love it.
Oh, amazing.
Puts a paw out. It's when I'm in the car and I'm going in the opposite direction. And he's just trying to be cheeky. Yeah, no, he knows.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
That's
no,
really good. Because that's a difficult thing with cats, isn't it? Because that's the worry of them... touch wood, being run over and things. I've lost a cat to that, and it's
cat-wise as dogs are.
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely. Okay, so we can continue to speak to our pets in a silly voice to children.
Not sound crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break now.
Hannah Murray on TRE in the afternoon.
Good afternoon. You are listening to Women Talk. With me in the studio today is Aoife Kelly, Rosalind Scott-Gibb and Marina Bruce. We have been warned about the dangers of doom scrolling or mindlessly wading through depressing content on social media. But it seems Britons may be swapping the habit for room scrolling, browsing property website despite having no plans to move. A survey found 86% of us view house sale listings to get interior design inspiration for our own homes. Yeah, I can relate.
Really?
Not necessarily in fact, not property websites, to be honest, but it's become more
Pinterest,
of a...
maybe, no?
Well, no. On Instagram, it's become more of a trend recently, and I remember when it first started, me thinking, why do people care? But celebrities that are doing home projects, that are buying a home and getting it renovated and things, set up a separate Instagram account for their property project. And again, I remember thinking at the beginning, kind of, who cares what you're doing in your house? But I've seen a couple of them and I'm like, oh, that looks nice. Oh, I like what they've done with their kitchen. So I do follow a couple of those accounts because I do follow some interior design accounts on Instagram because I do like seeing pretty homes.
I can't think of anything I'd rather do less.
Fair enough.
Completely agree. Rosalind and I are on the same page.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
Absolutely. My eyes glaze over at the thought of it.
Really? How
Yes,
funny.
Definitely. No, I mean, surely one uses one's own imagination.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Right.
listen, I don't think I've ever, well, I don't want to say ever, but hardly ever actually done anything about,
I think that's the point. Probably no one ever does, but they just keep scrolling.
Yeah.
I suppose, like in the same way that I follow lots of people's travel accounts and see where people are going on these, beautiful, glorious holidays. I can't afford to do a lot of what they're doing, but I like looking at the pictures and the videos. So I think the same with interior design. I like seeing an organised kitchen or beautiful bookshelf or things like that. It makes me smile.
Okay.
So it doesn't do it for you,
must keep
Marina.
doing it.
Absolutely. No.
Oh, I'm feeling weird now.
No, well, according to the article, I'm the minority, so you can feel comfortable with that.
Is it something you...
Well...
Please.
I guess the algorithm hasn't pushed it my way yet, but the one thing that I do enjoy is Architectural Digest has a YouTube channel and they go into celebrity homes and do a tour. And I watch it not because I'm particularly interested in a certain celebrity, but because some of these homes are absolutely stunning, but they don't feel like homes because the celebrity will say, I worked with a designer and we did this and we did that. And none of it feels as though it was really done from the heart. It was just done to look like a show
look
home.
good.
So they look amazing, but there's no heart to it.
It's a show home.
It's a show home.
Yeah.
But they are gorgeous. And that's maybe my guilty pleasure.
Okay. No, I think I'll take that. We're the same. That's fine. I tell you what my guilty pleasure is, which I absolutely love, and I'm in tears almost every episode, but I think it's absolutely brilliant, is Sort My Life Out with Stacey Solomon. Have you ever seen that?
What is it? I've not heard of it.
What's that about?
So good. So basically, she has a team of people who are geniuses, and they go into... So people obviously apply to be featured on the TV show, and they go into somebody's home that is absolutely full of clutter. Like every room just has stuff everywhere.
My sister started a business in Canada doing this.
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
A great business, a great thing to do for people.
Absolutely.
And these houses are just covered in stuff. And you often find, the parents are working
hoarders?
nights and they're hoarders, but also not having time. There might be 4 kids going in and out. The parents are working 3 jobs and just nobody has time, and everyone just chucks stuff on the kitchen table, and it's just a nightmare. And often the mum is feeling really embarrassed and and upset about the fact that she can't have a tidy home, and she'd love to, but... So there's always emotional stuff going on in the background. And basically this team of people come in and they empty their whole house. They literally pack everything away and then put it into like a big hangar warehouse type place and put everything out on display, all their kitchen items, all their clothes, everything. And you see how much stuff they have. And then the family are encouraged to throw away at least 50% of what is put in front of them.
Wow. I need to do
and
that.
Then it's amazing. And then they put it back in their house. But one of the guys in the team does DIY. So he's fixing things and making more storage units and things like that. and then the family come in and see.
And you pay for this?
I watch it, and then everyone's crying because the kids have a lovely bedroom and the mum has a lovely kitchen, and it's just brilliant.
Yeah,
it's
and they can't
so
find
good.
anything.
Well, they can, because it's all organised and labelled. You see, the kids' toys are in a certain place, all the pens are in another place. It's really, really special. I love it. It warms my heart.
I think because I think this is my point of view, but I think it gives you hope, and you think, oh, maybe I can, get rid of 50%. Maybe I can tidy this, or I can do this, and it's just that kind of heartwarming. You go, oh,
definitely. And it's
well, my sister started this. She wanted to. She was in government, and she's very bright, my sister, but she wanted to do something a little more hands-on and dealing with the public. And so I think it's dealing with, say, people who are living on their own.
Yeah.
And they've maybe been in the same place for a long time. And she also takes a big homemade lunch, and she does it in like 2-hour sections.
Okay.
And do you want to clean this cupboard out? Would you like to do this? Or,
Yeah.
And it's working very well. And then she just started, so she's working out, but she will get a plumber and a carpenter. She'll get all these people working with her.
amazing.
And she charges a reasonable amount. You know, she charges quite a lot. It's quite a good idea. I wouldn't do it. I would hate it.
I'd love to do it.
I'd hate
I have
it.
done it with a few friends, actually, just to help them out when they've moved, and they've said, "Oh, you should do this as a business." I'm like, I don't know if I have the time more than anything, but
You are exceptionally good at it,
But
though.
I
Hannah
love
helped
it.
us move.
really? Yes.
Yeah, and you're a machine.
I know who to call the next time I move.
Yeah, it's really fun, kind of getting things
I feel I
organised.
would be guilty if I didn't mention that my boyfriend is helping me with my clothes.
Oh,
Clothes.
well
Yes.
Shout
done
out to the
him.
boyfriend then.
But it's not getting to 50%.
No.
No, he's lucky to get 30% going.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah,
It
it's
is hard.
Yeah.
And are you working well together?
Well, we haven't come to blows yet.
That's very good. That's very good.
Yeah.
Well, the next article is about relationships, actually. It sort of made me chuckle, but then I started to read the article, and it's actually a serious thing, so it's not as funny and light-hearted as I initially thought. So the headline reads, "The sound of my girlfriend chewing makes me so angry we have to eat in separate rooms." And just reading the headline, I kind of thought, I think maybe there's more going on in the
Yes.
relationship than this.
Or not enough going on in the
Well, yes. I kind of thought if you get to the stage where this kind of thing annoys you that much, then maybe there's other issues in the relationship. That's what I was thinking. But he does
one of
actually
you has a problem.
Well, yeah, but he does actually have a disorder that he's had all his life. So sorry, that's a slightly different thing. But it sort of made me
Is
think.
that the chewer or the other one?
No, the one that
The one who's listening
He
to
gets
it, yeah.
frustrated. He can't
It's
cope
like a
with
phobia.
certain noises. Yeah, a proper phobia.
It's the listener. My God.
It's a real thing. Yeah.
I think she should look for a new boyfriend.
He's suffered with relationships because of it, because he has severe anxiety with certain noises and repetitiveness, and so you can see why it would be a really tough thing. But it made me think on a more, if we can say light-hearted, I don't know, but is there anything that would or has annoyed you about a partner that would cause you to possibly end the relationship?
Ooh. I mean, aside, the big things, yes, but a small habit like that, I can't think of
Tell us
anything.
about the big things.
Maybe that's why I'm single. I can't think of anything that would be small but
No.
big enough to finish your relationship. I'm
Well,
not
okay,
sure.
well, maybe we don't have to be
Well,
as
no,
big as
but-
that, but something that would really, really irritate you. I mean, I think eating habits and things like that, it is the kind of thing that might annoy you, but as I say, I think if you really loved the person, it wouldn't bother you that much, which is why I'm saying there has to be deeper issues in the relationship for things like that to really get on your nerves. And they say, with these little habits, the longer you're together, the more likely you could be like, oh, the way he does that really irritates me, which is why I'm saying if everything's better in the relationship, then you wouldn't. You'd kind of find it endearing, or you'd be like, oh, it's just something
But
he does.
this
It wouldn't-
fellow has a psychological problem.
Yeah.
Yes, which is different.
Probably the eating is just a small, minor one. He's probably got huge other areas. You can't do
You
a
might
thing
have
right.
OCD or something.
You know,
Oh, yes,
she can't do anything
yeah.
right. I mean, really, I'd have a word with her if I could and say, move on.
Yes. I couldn't cope with someone who is rude to waiters.
Oh,
I think.
yes.
Absolutely agree.
Yes, that's a good one. Yes. I'm with you.
I really hate that. You know,
It's a
being in a
real
restaurant
indication
with-
of their personality, though, and
Yeah.
how they think of people that maybe work in that industry and what they consider that to be. It's an absolute red flag, 100%.
Oh, what about somebody who drives to like a lunatic? So every
Oh,
time
yes, that
you
would
get
be
in the
awful.
car, you think you're taking your
Fear
life
for
in
your
your hands.
life, yeah.
I've had more than one of those, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
I think now with Easter, we're going to see plenty more on the roads.
I have to say, today I saw the opposite. It's like people were driving going, I'm not working today, so I think I'll go at 35 kilometres an hour. Like, I got stuck between at least 3 people that were just like dawdling along going, and then turning off without indicating. Really,
Yes.
really
Roundabouts
irritating.
are a good challenge.
Oh, yes. Okay, let's take another break while we have a breather.
Hannah Murray. TRE in the afternoon.
Good afternoon. You are listening to Women Talk with Aoife Kelly, Rosalind Scott-Gibb and Marina. I always go to say Marina Banus. I'm so sorry. Marina Bruce. I did that last time, didn't I? Okay, parents have been told to limit screen time to an hour a day for under 5s and keep them off social media in new government guidelines. It comes as teachers have complained many children are arriving at school unable to talk properly or turn the pages of a book due to too much time on iPads.
Absolutely, of course it shouldn't, and it shouldn't even be every day. Maybe 3 times a week.
Not for a 5-year-old.
1 hour.
Yeah, under the age
absolutely.
of 5. I mean, wow.
Reading books, definitely, or reading books to them so they get interested in books.
Yeah.
Definitely, very
I mean,
important.
5 is so young, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now they start school, they can, by 3, they can swipe.
They know-
right? They
yeah,
know
they
how
know
to
how to
swipe.
swipe.
They know how to use a tablet and they know how to navigate apps. But yeah, many of them
By 3.
can't read. And then what happens is then as a teacher, when they get to lower secondary level, that's where we're encountering issues now with reading ability and literacy. And so it does, the long-term impact. Now, obviously, I don't know if there's research behind it, but the trends that we're seeing in the classroom is that kids of like 10, 11, 12, their reading ability is just not what it was maybe when I was in school. And
Yeah.
But
I feel like there is a correlation there.
Does it matter
course.
now? I mean, now, what you're teaching them and this and that, are they left behind?
It's actually a difficult balance. It's a good point because the one argument is, well, they have to be able to use technology. They need to be able to use digital tools. They need to be able to use AI and integrate it into their lives because that's what their workplace is going to be. But also, equally, if you're going to go to school, and especially here and do your IGCSEs, you need to be able to read and write.
But you know, to me, it's not even just reading and writing. That I think the imagination, the individual's imagination, is developed through reading.
Yeah.
And like in Sweden, it's already 5 years ago that they brought back books and took the computers out for young kids.
Okay.
And so I think it's really, really destructive, and it's preventing reading skills. But more important is the gift of the imagination and developing your imagination.
Yeah, I
Terribly
agree.
important.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's sad. It's everyone's always looking for someone to blame, but I think so much of it, we are relying on the parents encouraging their children to read, and I think a lot of parents aren't necessarily reading
No, they're not
so much anymore.
No, they're not.
So why
Two
would they?
generations who didn't read, but also they've got their 1 or 2 year old because it keeps them quiet with a tablet and a cartoon thing. I mean, maybe it's okay, but it's not the same as reading a book.
Well, I have in my living room. I have a bookshelf with. I'm an avid reader. I have a bookshelf with lots of books on it, and just recently, in the last few months, I can't remember who, but someone came into my house, and the first thing they noticed and commented was, "Oh, you've got a bookshelf with books," as though that was so out of the ordinary. And at first, I thought, it was really bizarre.
I've got a whole wall of books, and I love my books. In fact, I always, when I moved, I always thought, wherever I go, as long as I've got my books, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So I've kept them all.
But I think generally people don't read anymore.
No,
I mean, don't read books.
absolutely.
They read what's on their phone.
And it makes me cry when I see people throwing away books.
Oh, I know.
Classic books. It's horrible.
You keep them forever. Or give them, in school, we'll do book swaps and things, and that's how we encourage reading,
That's
so
really
they
good.
bring in their books and they swap. So once they're once they're being read and they're being used, I'm okay with separating from the books, but they don't get thrown out.
No.
I gave some to a golf club. They were having a room with books in them. So
I mean, I have had to get rid of books over the years because otherwise you do get overrun, and it's a difficult thing because I'm not the kind of person that goes back and rereads a book that I loved. I'm quite happy to go, that was a great book, I really enjoyed it, and want to find other books that I enjoy as much. I would never go back and read the same book. So I was getting to the stage where I had a whole collection of books that I've read, had no intention of reading again, and it's like, well, am I going to keep these for the rest of my life and just to look at them? You know what I mean? So I did start to get rid of
What
books.
did you do? Golf clubs?
Yeah, charity. Just took them to charity. Some that are in really good condition I've sold on Vinted.
Yeah, okay.
But most I've taken to charity shops,
Yeah, because they'll find a good home for them.
Yeah.
They won't throw them out.
So when you say throw out, you mean actually put in the bin?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no, I would never do that.
Deadly sins, isn't it?
Yes, it must be. It must be. Greed, envy, and throwing away books. Yeah, we must not do that. Okay, we'll do one more and then we'll take the last break. In the past, returning to a house where your teenager had washed up and vacuumed meant only one thing: they'd just thrown a party. Now parents would be lucky to find even that, as a survey reveals a quarter have never emptied the dishwasher and a third have never hung out the washing. Most parents say they were expected to do chores as children, but 56% admit their teenage or adult children refuse to help out around the house. Loads of kids have never vacuumed, never dusted, never washed up, or never even cleared plates. And some even refuse to clean their own room.
What is this about refusing to do it? I did my parents say don't do it. Like my mother would say, no, don't do it. I say okay, but they're refusing to do it, and yet they live in the house free and they get their meals. I mean, it's just disgusting.
Shocking, isn't it? Absolutely, I agree.
I did not have the option to refuse.
No, I would not either.
It was not optional.
No, exactly. No. Clean your room before you go out, and you had to clean your room before you went out.
Or you didn't go out.
Well, exactly. Or before you go
dinner.
out.
What about no dinner or no?
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to stop it, don't you?
Exactly. And sharing the chores within the household, if, for argument's sake, if mum makes dinner, dad clears the table and you wash up or whatever, a mixture of those, you kind of share the chores so everything isn't mum's job all the time. You see everybody contributing, and if mum and dad or whoever your parents are contributing, then it makes more sense that the kids are contributing at all as well, because you're a family unit and you all work together.
It creates a better atmosphere. And other things, like sewing a button on. I remember being in the market and this young girl was saying, "Oh, I love this, but there's a button missing." She wouldn't buy it because there was a button missing. She had to sew a button on.
Yeah,
I think it's also you learn different things at school now. I mean, Aoife can probably expand on that, but we used to have home ec and all these kind of things that were much more manual, I guess. Whereas nowadays, maybe there's not as much.
In Ireland anyway, there's definitely still home ec and things, but it's not what it was. Because it used to be domestic science or something, wasn't it? It used to be that, and it was very much about like sewing, cooking, all of that. And it's quite different now. It's a quite different subject. I don't think, I'm not 100% certain, but I don't think anybody's learning how to sew.
Well, with
things
fast
like
fashion,
that.
you don't need to learn how to sew.
No, quite. Yes. There was an article we discussed last week with the men on Men Talk that was about DIY and how not many people are doing DIY these days. And I was thinking how, in the same way, sewing might be a skill that was passed on from your mother, DIY might be something that's passed on to boys from their dads, how to chat. I mean, I'm being very sexist here. It doesn't need to be that
but
different.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, exactly. The fathers would teach the sons how to do woodwork and things like that. So if, again, going back to the parents, if the parents haven't taught these skills to the kids aren't going to know unless they want to learn it themselves, unless they do a YouTube video or go on a course or whatever. You're not going to automatically know how to sew on a button or how to change a plug.
Yeah.
you're not learning it at school, then...
I do think
sewing
so.
on a button isn't actually an IQ test.
No, absolutely. It shouldn't... No,
Is that a challenge?
No, it shouldn't be that difficult, I agree. It's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it?
Basic.
But even threading a needle can be tricky at times. So there might be a sort of skill, advice that would say this is the best way to thread a needle that, again, if you hadn't been shown, you wouldn't necessarily know. You might give it a few goes and go, well, this doesn't work. Can't get that through there, and give up quite quickly.
Yeah. Aren't there some things, though, that I find I was definitely a do-your-chores child, for sure. But there are some things that even as an adult, I'm like, Mom, like, how do I do this? Or what does this mean? And how do you know all of this? Like, how does she know? Mm-hmm. Like, even things like, there was I think it was a couple of months ago, I had tulips. And they were, like, wilting. And I was like, why aren't my tulips standing straight? She's like, oh, just put a pin in the bottom of all of them. And the next day they'll come up. I'm like, how do you know things like this?
Of the stem?
Yeah.
At the side of the stem? At the bottom? Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's little things like that that I find myself always like, Mom. I'm like, okay, I'm in my 30s. So probably there should come a time when I know these things. Like, when do you learn these things?
I don't know. I remember as a child thinking, I can't wait to be an adult so I understand how taxes and mortgages work.
Oh, my God. Did you?
Well, just as an example. Here... Yeah, I did. Just
Great comment, Hannah.
I did. No, but just, you know what I mean? Just because you hear your parents and adults talking about things that you have no clue what they're on about or
and
what it means.
Very grown
they sound
up.
so smart and like they know exactly what they're talking
about. And you just
about.
think, never mind, I'm only a child. I'm not supposed to know this. When I'm an adult, I will know. When I'm an adult, I'll understand all this. And suddenly you get to your 30s and 40s and you're like, well, I still don't get it. I don't like how. When are you supposed to suddenly know? And unless someone explains it to you, whether it's sewing, whether it's taxes, whatever, unless someone explains it to you and you go out of your way to learn it, whether it's through another person or through a YouTube video or through a course, you will never know.
No, well, it was my father that taught me so many things, not my mother. And he taught me to cook. He was a brilliant cook. Yes, he used to do a lot of hunting and fishing, but he would prepare everything with the best sort of French cooking. So he dragged me into the kitchen. But I learned a lot from it. And even with I always designed and made my own clothes from the age of 10. Wow. But he was the one that said, no, not that, or it's a bit too long, or it's a bit this. It was my father that encouraged me.
Oh, lovely.
Did it. Yeah.
But I think we live in a more disposable society, so people don't, if, it's broken, well, I'll just buy a new one. Or, it's, I can't be bothered to cook a meal, I'll order out. Or, that's
I'm guilty.
Well, what I find, it used to be you could go into San Pedro and get something fixed. Yes. Now you can't get anything fixed. You're supposed to
Cobblers
throw it away.
are a rare breed now.
They are. You never find shoe repair.
Yeah, it is harder. Okay, we better take the last break.
Hannah Murray, TRE in the afternoon.
Good afternoon. You are listening to the final part of today's Women Talk with Aoife Kelly, Rosalind Scott-Gibb and Marina Bruce. So this is an article we touched on last week with the men, but I wanted to save it for the women to see if you had a different idea. A children's charity has blasted Argos for selling an influencer kit aimed at toddlers. The wooden set, made by the retailer's in-house toy brand, features wooden toys of the accessories used to make online content. Children as young as 2 are encouraged to act out filming videos and posing for selfies in what the makers describe as career role play. So you get things like a mini microphone, a toy tablet, a light and tripod, a mock mobile and a camera.
Wow.
Speechless.
I'm not sure it's all that bad. I'll tell you why. I was always surprised how, I don't know why, but Americans are very, very natural standing up and speaking, public speaking on radio or whatever. They were always very natural. I don't know, something to do with their educational system against everybody else. And, I was an active member of Toastmasters for 12 years, so I learned all this public speaking. But this is a way to get people to be free to talk and to not be shy and introverted. I'm not sure it's a bad thing at all.
Yeah.
Actually, when you said career role play, as you were reading it and we read it outside, it's like, this is outrageous. Like, what were they thinking? Blast away. But then when you said career role play, like, we also buy toddlers like toy stethoscopes and construction tools and things like that.
And microphones isn't anything new.
Yeah. So, and it is, whether people like it or not, being an influencer is a career. It's a viable career.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, I believe I'm right, that the influencer marketing in 2026 is an industry worth over $26 billion.
Gosh.
I mean, yes, it is another career, I suppose, career path. But
it really is, and it is a case of whether you like it or not, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, it's not a career, but it is. And I mean, depending on how if you put it across as more as a content creator as opposed to an influencer. There is nothing wrong at all with creating really interesting content. I follow a lot of people online that are producing travel content, food content, going to great restaurants, reviewing places, reviewing books. There are people online that produce really interesting content about every subject you can imagine.
Or children often act out, have little plays and things and dancing and stuff. So it's just an extension of that. Didn't seem bad to me.
No, I agree. My first thought was, oh my goodness, but then I thought about it and I thought, well, actually, I don't think it's necessarily as bad as
I think because for me, just the word influencer has a negative connotation. I don't want to offend anyone out there. It's just that I can't get past it. And it's also a large majority. I do agree with you, Hannah, that there's people producing very good content. But there's also a lot of people who think that, we're interested in what they're having for breakfast. And this is, a day in my life, or get ready with me, or all these kind of things. And it's, so I can't...
I mean, the reality is there are lots of people that are interested.
Well, no, I know, but it's just... I can't get my head around it.
Yeah, I understand, but, they're putting this content out there because they've got millions of followers who want to see what they have for breakfast, want to see what outfits they put and what shoes they put with their handbags. There are people that are interested in that, so I totally get and respect that, you don't, but...
It can be overdone. Girlfriend of mine, she had a friend visiting her, and everywhere we went, she had to take pictures and videos of her doing this and that, and it was really tedious.
Yes.
And I mean, supposedly...
I think it's kind of unfair to be doing all that when you're supposed to be with a friend socialising. I mean, taking a picture of your food or a selfie or whatever, fine, but...
It depends what benefit you're getting for it. Like, if we're there, if she's been gifted a stay or a dinner or something, and she's brought you along, and absolutely, you do what you need to do.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's different. No, that's different.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I think... like it or not, believe it or not, I think we're all influenced by what we see online all the time. I'm consciously influenced by a lot of people posting what they've had for breakfast, because I'll go, that looks nice, I'm going to go there myself. I mean, it's absolutely true. I look at people's food photos, restaurant recommendations. If I see someone posting themselves sitting at a beach bar having a glass of wine, I'll go, oh, that looks nice, I haven't been there before, maybe I should check it out. I absolutely am influenced by influencers. Even if they're not influencers, just people that are posting what they're doing online. I think the reality is most of us...
But are these people really living in the moment, or they're too busy taking a photo?
Well, this woman was definitely too busy taking the photos. She wasn't with us at all.
Oh, that's a shame.
Just pathetic.
Yeah, no,
but
that's
also,
a shame.
I'm very suspicious when they say they've got, 2 million followers. Half of them, at least, are sitting in Ghana or Nigeria and Africa.
They've bought followers.
Not real followers. And that there's a good way you can tell that when people have got loads of followers, but see how much engagement they have on their posts. Because if you've got 2 million followers, but only 2 people like your posts, then that's crazy. There should be an equity there, when people are liking and commenting on posts. Oh, that's a nice outfit. And, oh, I love that. And you look great. And, if they're getting all that engagement, then the people who are following them are real, or a lot of them are. That's a good little sneaky test.
Pro tip.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how much for pro. We have just over 2 minutes left to talk about the fact that youth really is wasted on the young, it appears, as today's pensioners can show them a thing or two about how to party. Almost 2/3 of young adults are swapping nightclub shots for their living room sofas. So young
Silence.
people are going out less and older people are going out more.
I love this for the older people.
Yeah.
Like, live your life.
Absolutely. I think it's brilliant. I mean, we certainly don't see a lack of older people going out where we live, do we? We see people of all ages going out and
Yes,
having a
that's
good
true.
time, which is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, absolutely. Here on the coast, it's benefit. You can wear anything you want, and there's a whole range, and the weather's good, and it's very international. So, but why are these young people lying on the couch doing nothing?
Because they're on social media instead of talking face to face.
Well, I don't think that's entirely true. I think a lot of young people are much more interested in health and fitness and
Yes.
wellness than we used to be in general as a rule. And therefore, they don't want to go out and drink loads of alcohol and do drugs because I
get
see
the hangover the next day.
Yeah, but I see young people all the time out with their mates drinking water, drinking coffee,
really?
drinking smoothies. Yeah.
I do wonder as well if there's something about disposable income there that there's
Yeah.
we're saying now that younger people or young adults have less disposable income, and maybe that's not entirely true. They've less disposable income, but a night out is certainly a lot more expensive
Yeah.
than it used to be.
Pre-drinks has become a
Yeah,
big thing,
yeah,
hasn't it?
for
You go
sure.
to a friend's house and have drinks at theirs, so it's cheaper than going out, so they're spending less time out because
Yeah.
they've been to a friend's house and had a few drinks beforehand, so there's sort of different ways of doing it. But yeah, I think I love the idea of older people going out and having a good time. Why not?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's no
Right.
no reason to not.
Right.
We are towards the end of the show, so we will leave it there. Thank you very much to Aoife, to Rosalind and to Marina.
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, listeners.
Yes, exactly. All your millions of calls and interaction that we've had. It's been
Your
brilliant.
2 million followers.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Coming up next is a repeat of Selena's show, Cold Talk Hot Cases, I believe. And I will be back tomorrow. The book show is at 4:00 and TRE in the afternoon on Monday. Have a great Easter weekend.
You've been listening to a TRE production. If you've enjoyed this programme, there'll be another episode waiting for you next week, right here on this platform, where you can also access our extensive back catalogue of shows and interviews. For more information on our live programming, social media channels and apps, and how to contact Talk Radio Europe, please visit tre.radio.